Tonight's highlights are brought to you by TPG Federal Credit Union. We're not a bank. We're better.
Well, here it is, round two, John Jay and Ketcham. Last time these two teams met, it went down to the wire. Jay won it in Ketcham's gym, 60-59. Now they're in Jay's gym. What could happen? Who knows? It's always just up for grabs when these two teams play. And let's see what happens in this one. Jay, Ketcham, here we go.
It was high-flying and fast-paced, and just what you would expect from this rivalry. Jay in the home white. And welcome to the Shoe Show. Ryan Schumacher had 14 points in the first half. But he had some help. Justin Long came out firing. Schumacher controlled the boards, and everyone was getting in the spotlight. Kevin Turri bangs a three. Jay had its way inside and out. And that's got to make a coach smile. Ketcham made a little noise late in the quarter as Matt Seidner hits for three. But Jay owned the first, 18-11. In the second, Ketcham brought in some muscle with Darryl Sullivan and showed its athleticism. That's Zahir Woody. He finished with 19 points. And when Tim Riley started heating up, a 10-point Jay lead dwindled down to 3. But check out Matt Seidner coast to coast. He gets the power drive here, and he gets the pile drive at the other end. But the banks were open late in East Fishkill, and Schumacher makes a late deposit, preserving Jay's lead into the halftime locker room. Second half, Mike Pano draws up a good one. Connor Clark gets things rolling with an early three ball. And Tim Riley chips one in to give the Indians their first lead since the first minute of the game. But suddenly, we saw the tide begin to turn right before our eyes. Riley finished with 17 points. John Stumberger came in with his signature fall away, and the Ketcham defense was turning into big offense. The Indians had a 45-41 lead after 3 and started to lock it down in the fourth. Ketcham evens up the rivalry series with a 57-51 win at John Jay.
It was exactly what we expected. It was a battle. They got some big boys in there, that Schumacher, and he's a tough kid to contain, and he hurt us in the first half. We couldn't stop him in the first half. We made some adjustments, and the kids battled. I mean, they came out at halftime. They were hungry, and just like every Jay Ketcham game, it was a battle, and it was as you saw, it was a rough game.
Yeah. Second half, the intensity of your defense really started to show, and the game just started to change automatically, right in front of our eyes.
Right. The team has totally bought into the team atmosphere and the defensive effort, and a lot of our offense is coming from defensive stops.
You can never count them out.
Yeah, they're tough. I mean, we didn't run a damn thing all night offensively, which was okay when Golden was out there. He's pretty good with the ball, and he creates quite a bit with the ball, but as soon as he went down, it looked like a Chinese fire drill. Not that it looked that good in the first three quarters, but I thought in the first half, Shu carried us.
Yeah, their defense really picked it up. They changed the strategy a little bit. We weren't really expecting as much. They were beginning. They were coming on the ball screens really hard. Now they kind of started to sag off and double down low, which made it a little harder for me down low. And they had a good job coming out in the second half and completing their thing. And with Matt Golden found out, having your point guard go out, it's kind of hard.